Alrighty guys, we are back and it is raining once more. We are in the McLaren of Lewis Hamilton, who did very well in the Canadian Grand Prix. You've got to give it to him. It's incredibly wet here though, so this is going to be interesting. The second wet race of this series. We're in Malaysia, lovely track. Always thought this one was a good one, although there's a bit in the middle which I can never get right, so we're going to see what we can do here. I'm not entirely sure this is going to go particularly well, because obviously I can't have any good starts in the dry, let alone the wet, but we're going to see what we can do. Vettel has a fantastic start. I've dropped into 5th already, which means Ricciardo's come up on the inside. We're going to just try and pick this braking point nice and late, try and just drop down the outside. I know for a fact that the next corner is a sweeping left-hander, so hopefully we can still gain some positions. Okay, that went really well. We're going to just dive on the inside of Rosberg, who pushes out gently and moves away. That is nice to see. Alright, well that was an incredibly good start. We've actually moved up into 1st place. That was unexpected. Everybody seemed to move out of the way, but I'm sure that we're going to struggle to hold this position as I'm sliding all over the place already. Just going to break into the 100-meter board and just keep Rosberg behind me and try and bring this nice and gently around this corner, feeling it already feels incredibly wet, so we're going to have to just sort of watch that. This is the bit that I can never seem to do. I don't know where the braking point is. I don't know if you need to brake. I'm just going to try and feather that on. I lose it completely there. The back end stepping right out on me. I'm going incredibly slowly. Rosberg is all over me now. Just going to brake just after the 50-meter board and close the door from him so he can't come in. As I slide it through the last sector of that bit, or that last bit there. Underneath the Fly Emirates board at 160 miles an hour. We just braked just before the 50-meter board, and I think I've probably outbroke myself a little bit there, but it's okay. We're going to cover the outside line with the corner going right. I can hear. I would imagine it's. I was going to say it was Rosberg's car, but I've just realised actually it's not. Rosberg has dropped back dramatically, so whether or not when he moved out of the way for us on the first lap, we sort of, I don't want to say nudged him, but maybe he moved, sort of bailed out a bit more than he probably needed to, but there we go, that's alright for us. Vettel is right on my ass though. He's going to outbrake me into this corner, I'm sure of it, but I've got the inside line, so that's fine. So I just try and sort of plough the throttle down a little bit sooner than I probably should. I'm going to move up into mixed 3 because I know Vettel's going to come swooping down my outside here. Didn't do any changes, I never do. I keep the car in default sort of, as best I can. Actually, I probably should have changed that for this, because Vettel outbrakes me just into that corner, but I'm going to try again, close the door. He comes back, definitely got a better exit, and I lose the back end once more in this incredibly wet Malaysia here. As you can see, it's an incredibly slow lap to a 2-minute 4, something like that. 2-minute 3.6. Getting all out of place there on the grass. I don't know what was going on for me. Just braking just after the 100-meter board. I'm just going to bring the car in so that it blocks anybody from having a little dive or a bit of a sniff down the inside. I do need to move back up into mixture 2. I know that for sure, otherwise we're going to struggle as I get the back end all out of place again. It's incredibly slippy, this one. Rosberg moving back up into 3rd place as me and Raikkonen pull away from everybody else, which is good to see. Raikkonen going to shoot up the left-hand side, but the corner goes right, so I've got the inside line, braking just after the 100-meter board again. Getting way out of shape. I'm just going to bring it off the grass there. Did Raikkonen get that wrong too, or maybe I'm just braking way too early? I know for a fact that I'm just sort of struggling with these corners. Raikkonen is all over me. He's definitely better in this sector, as we know. But again, just struggling to find the line that you're supposed to follow through this. It's an incredibly difficult corner. I know even in the dry I struggle there. I know for a fact that it's a sweeping corner that you should do. Oh, I tell you what, Rosberg spins out there. If you look on the minimap, you can see the yellow dot disappearing off into the distance. So that was not good. We'll have to see what happened to him later on. Is Raikkonen still with me? I have no idea where Raikkonen's gone. Whether or not he backed off because of my incredibly weird line, I'm not entirely sure. But a real shame for Rosberg there. So starting in 1st place and dropping back. Similar to the Canadian Grand Prix, where he had a not a great start to it, touching wheels with Hamilton, so that's not good to see. Past the Fly Emirates board on the left, again just taking this incredibly gently. I know this isn't a particularly quick lap, but I'm trying to just finish here. I don't want to spin out or lose any positions, so we're just going to keep it in mixture 2 for as long as possible, as Raikkonen gets an incredibly good exit from there, who's going to come ploughing down the inside. We are going to have to move it up into mixture 3 just to try and keep this position, but he's going to push me out. I'm going to try and outbrake him into this, but it doesn't really work. He's all on the inside. I'm going to try and not touch to him. Not too bad. I can hear him revving up there, so that was just about held the position there. We dropped into 19 cars. Was there always 19 cars, or have we lost someone? Can't really tell. I know Rosberg's still in it. I saw him on the positions. He's just dropped down a little bit. I'm going to have to drop into mixture 2 to say that I don't really want the to run out of fuel right towards the end of this lap on the last lap. Button there getting the fastest lap. That's incredible. What did I get? 157. Wow, we are really holding everybody up with Buttons flying in at 154s. Raikkonen is just not going to let me go. Maybe we can hold him out for the rest of this, hopefully, but if not, we are going to be looking at 2nd place, hopefully, if Raikkonen stays, if Ricciardo stays far back there. As I brake again slowly into this corner just to try and stay on the track as I lose the back end once more. You can hear the revs there as the wheel spin is just stopping me from getting any speed out through these corners. Raikkonen again all over me. Don't know which position he is. I can't even see him in the mirrors. It's that wet at the moment as I lose the back end once more, just to make that into the double figures of back ends lost in this race. And getting a bit wide and sliding the car around there. There is a gravel trap on the left here, but I really struggled to catch that one, but we just about do it. I think, yep. Oh, that's Ricciardo coming flying through, who just caught the front wheel there as I just try and bring this round, keep first place, knowing full well that the corner goes right. All in my mirrors. I think I've got away slightly there, just as again struggling to get the throttle down. I really need to start feathering these a bit better than I am doing at the moment as we slide the back end once more into the gravel trap. Man, this is a tricky corner to do. This entire race has been difficult. Raikkonen just plows past me and I've got Ricciardo all on my right hand side there. He's definitely, I don't think we're going to get this back from Raikkonen. I mean, I've never been particularly good at this corner, even in the dry. Back end once again stepping out. I know I've got realistic tyre wear, but this is crazy. We're going to whack it up into mixture 3, see if we can just get to the end of the race. Try and stay away from Verstappen now, who's come all the way forward, so that's good to see. I think Raikkonen's going to take this one home, and he's going to be very happy, as you can see, with me holding him up for the entire race. But there you go, he pulls it out of the bag in the end, so of my terrible mistake halfway around that lap. I think that's going to come home for second place, which is not too bad considering, you know, we were started in 4th or 5th, was it? But there you go, it's second place. Hamilton happy, although I'm sure he won't be considering he lost that on the last lap. But there you go, guys. If you enjoyed that, leave a like down below, leave a comment on who you want to see next, and I will make it happen. So until next time, guys, bye bye.